So Linda Fusion on Facebook said, I really wanted to love this, but instead I look like Edward Cullen. So I had this shade all the way up here this morning, and you can kind of see little remnants of it, but it is definitely faded off right off the bat. Not to be too sassy. Oh, who the hell am I kidding? I'm gonna be sassy. Don't like this. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing my favorite video of the month, my Boxycharm video. I actually was able to get this earlier in the month than I'm used to, so what's going on with Boxycharm shipping, nobody really knows, but it came to your benefit and mine because I've had plenty of time to wear the products, try the products, and give you a very thorough review from my end, but also let you guys know, like I always do, what are the current reviews online from other actual users. For those of you asking, did I get the special limited edition pink box from Boxycharm? I did not. It's not because I didn't try, but the link didn't work, I think like 3 to 5 times when I tried it, and then by the time I tried again, they were all sold out. So maybe next time, but I've heard some of my subscribers did get it, so I can't wait to hear what you guys think of that box. If you thought your box felt a little different this month, you are correct. The box for November is shorter and thicker. It definitely has a different weight and feel to it, whereas this box that's from a previous filming I did is definitely bigger and thinner. As you can see here, it definitely has different size entirely. So if you thought something feels different this month, you're absolutely right. What's in the box? Sweater weather. That is the theme for the month. So of course I also had to adorn my own sweater today. We got 5 full-size products in the box, like we always do. So I'm just gonna jump right in here. The first thing I could see in the box when I opened it was the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. Everybody is getting that this month. And I was kind of on the fence about this because I have oily skin, as most of you know. So I was a little concerned as to how this was going to apply for my skin. Throughout this video, you are going to see me using all of the products. And I can tell you, when I was using this, and you still can't hear it now, there it is, I couldn't hear the ball inside of it to shake it up. Like mine was stuck for a while, and I actually had to get really aggressive with the shaking. So if you can't get this mix right, it's because the ball may get stuck, so you gotta really shake it up. For me, this has actually worked pretty well. However, I do notice, even after I shake it really well and I kind of reach my hand back and apply it, the mist is so fine. It is like, it almost feels like a short mist. So I don't know right how to gauge it. But it's taken me a while to kind of be like, okay, this is where it is, put it all over my face. I do notice after I apply this, some splotches on my makeup. However, later in the day, I don't notice the splotches still, so it's kind of like right after I apply, I see a few polka dots on my face, and then they go away. So you may notice that as well after applying this. I like this so far well enough. Sometimes also what I do is I'll spray this all over my face, and then I will also set, I don't feel like this sets my makeup very well. I don't know if it's because it's such a fine mist or what it is, but I will sometimes use a second setting spray after it to kind of like seal it all in that I know and trust, because since this is so illuminating and kind of a different formula, I kind of want to pack it all in. And so far, I'm liking that. Now you know what I like to do. I like to go online and see what everyone else is saying about this product. Okay, so right now I am on Facebook, and they have a little image of the setting spray here, and it has 768 emoji reactions on Facebook. And the first comment I see here is from Brittany saying, my spray won't work. I was able to try it out, and the second attempt to use it, the sprayer will not press down. It's a huge bummer. I looked around on Sephora, and the reviews show that this is a problem others have had with the bottle too. Okay. I'm glad I just read that review, because I thought it was just me, that when I'm spraying this, it's like really hard to spray. Now you can see I have mist coming out. I know it's going on my face. However, I have to press really hard, and I have to like give my finger a workout. So I was wondering, and there was been a few times where it kind of wouldn't work and I'd have to keep retrying it. So I was wondering if that was me, but it sounds like the pump itself may be an issue. Somebody else replied to her saying, why don't you just put it in a different bottle? It's simple as that. So that is an option if you are having that struggle. So Linda Fusion on Facebook said, I really wanted to love this, but instead I look like Edward Cullen. Probably going to give this to someone else, but she loves everything else in the box. I have heard that some people feel like there's just like too much shimmer. So you really have to be sure you shake this up before you spray it. So maybe make sure that you're spraying it the way you're supposed to with after it's really, really shook up, and make sure that that bead rattles, because the first time I tried to use this, I did not hear the bead rattling. So maybe be mindful of that. So Tabitha on Facebook said, I love the setting spray. Doesn't give off a lot of glow. To me, it's just right. Okay, so that's good to know. I don't think it really does give me that much glow, but it could be because, like I said, I use another spray on top of it, but I don't know. Loveco on Facebook said, I think the trick to the setting spray is to shake it really well before using it to mix up all of the illuminating stuff. And I think that is correct. I literally shake the crap out of this before I try it so I don't look like Edward Cullen, which might be why I'm enjoying this so far, because again, I don't like to be too dewy because I have oily skin. Moving along in the box, we got these little KNC Beauty lip masks. And I was pretty excited to try these because I've never, ever tried a lip mask. So I was like, huh, something cool and new to use. That's why I love Boxycharm. Go out of my comfort zone, try something I wouldn't buy for myself. I tried this on camera. Everybody, when I saw reviews for this, were like, I gotta do this for 15 to 20 minutes? That's a long time. And it kind of is. And when you open these little suckers up, be prepared if you haven't tried it yet. The product kind of leaks out because it's like in this weird tray where these gummy kind of lips are inside of it. So you're gonna get goo all over you, and on your desk maybe, so be prepared to have a towel, because I have not seen an easy way to pull that out yet. And then I applied it, and it kind of just felt like those, if you were a kid and you ever played with those gummy toys and stuff, that's kind of what it felt like, but slippery and wet. So I put that on my mouth. I'm not selling this because I could sound very good yet, am I? And I had it on for a while. I even tried to do some things in the morning just to kind of like keep my routine flowing, because it definitely kind of was like, 15 minutes, come on. If I want to try this in the beginning of my day, claims it conditions, moisturizes, plumps, and hydrates. Well, I would want that in the beginning of my day because I want to plump. I want to be moisturized because it's getting to be winter, dry lips. You know, this should be able to help that. At the end of it, when I finally got to take this off, meh, it was okay. It felt very wet. It felt very watery when I took it off. And then I kind of like patted my skin around it because it's huge. Like, it's the size of from my nose down to my chin of how big it is. So I was like, okay, clearly this is supposed to be, I guess, moisturizing around the edge of your lips too, but it's like it goes onto your skin. Pros and cons there. But I can tell you, even as I was applying my makeup, the rest of my look, my lips felt dry again. I didn't notice that this plumped anything. I didn't notice that this did much of anything. Personally, my lips were still dry at the end of the day. They didn't feel moisturized throughout the day, so I don't honestly understand what this is supposed to do. I only did it for 15 minutes, which it says 15 to 20 minutes, but they also say recommended use 2 to 3 times a week. Huh? Why would I use this 2 to 3 times a week? To me, that's not really good. I don't know. I might try one more, but I may just give the other one to a friend or something, because I'm not terribly impressed with this, but you guys tell me your thoughts, and I'm going to see what they're saying online. So a lot of people are saying it's really hard to get this to stay put, and I really agree. It took me quite a few times, and I kept poking at it and holding it and when I was trying to do other things, this mask does not stay in your mouth. It really is a struggle to do that. You almost like need to lay down and have like maybe a mini spa day, like put some cucumbers on your eyes or something while you're doing it, or do the rest of your face in another mask or something, I don't know. But since I wanted to do this in the morning, I don't really have extra time for that and all my makeup, so a lot of people are complaining about that. Ooh, so Priscilla on Facebook said it burned the skin around her lips. And to be honest, when I saw how big it was and I was trying it on, I did wonder about that, because I had already started putting some of my makeup on while this was setting, because I didn't realize it was gonna be such a fiasco. I did notice that the skin around my lips was a little red, so I don't know if that's part of the like plumping portion of it, but it's just too big to fit on just your mouth, but I don't know. Shirley said that she really didn't feel much difference after using it, and that's kind of how I feel. Ooh, Priscilla then came back and said it really started to sting, so she could not leave it on for 15 minutes. So if it is stinging or burning you, you need to just take that off. Don't even worry about directions at that point. Just take it off. You may be having an allergic reaction, or just may not work with you. So Chelsea Long said, the lip masks kind of suck. My lips were softer after, but it doesn't stay on and it's a struggle to use. And then Alina replied to her, I thought so too. It seemed like a cool idea at first, but then I put it on and just started laughing because it felt ridiculous. kind of does feel ridiculous. Mine actually did separate. I read some people and I saw other people's videos saying that it doesn't have mouthpiece to separate. Mine did do that, but it's not like I could do anything with my mouth anyway. Like I couldn't drink my coffee. I couldn't talk to people because I was too busy trying to keep it on. So far this kind of seems like a flop in most of the videos I've seen. People try and be like, oh, it's okay. And then these reviews are people are saying it either burned them or it was hard to keep on and they didn't notice a difference. So if you really got a great experience with this, let us know in the comments below. Okay, now we're gonna get to two products I was so excited for, and they kind of go in tandem. So let's talk about the Luxie brushes. Now I will be honest, when I saw the original teasers for this, I didn't understand that they were going to be little nugget mini versions. I didn't realize that until I think right before we got them. By this point in the month, you probably already know we got the Luxie 221T, the Luxie 227T, T for tiny, Luxie 207T, and the 213T. I've heard one or two of these is comparable to some MAC brushes as far as the bristle ends go. I have tried these and literally used these for a solid week because I got my box early and I have been trying this makeup and different ways to use it. I can tell you I really like the 221T, which is the little flat guy. I love to take this underneath my lashes and really blend out product. I think it does a great job, and I don't mind that the handle is small for that because for me that's such a precise job that I don't need an elongated brush handle, so that's cool. The other three work really well and I've used them like I said all week. However, I do miss the length of the brush, mostly because the way I like to hold my brushes is towards the back end to really get the color in there, do the swirling around and the blending. I prefer that, so I kind of feel like a kid playing in makeup a little bit with the smaller handles. Now, also when I travel, I take my regular brushes. I don't feel like I need a mini travel pack. So that's why I was like happy to have more Luxie brushes. I will always take more Luxie brushes, as you guys know, love them. However, a smaller version to me, I'm afraid they're going to get lost in all of my other brushes because they're all full size. So little pros and cons there about this, but I really liked the angled brush. I really liked the dome shaped brushes and the fluffier, flatter brushes for all different purposes. But I'm afraid I'm going to get lost, and again, I kind of feel like a kid with a crayon when I use them a little bit. So Jen Lima on Facebook said, dang it, these look like they're getting smaller and smaller every time I see them. So it looks like she hadn't gotten them yet, but she realized they were shrinking. Sheena said, right, if they're quality brushes that are usable though, it could be really a good thing. My brushes take up so much space in my makeup bag. I'd love to have these brushes that are actually compact. I'm excited to try them. Nichole, spelled correctly with an H, on Facebook said that she got one of the full-size Luxie brushes in a different box and they're really good brushes, so she's excited to try the minis. Some of the people online are saying that they only got a few of the brushes, they didn't get all four, so Boxycharm is saying please respond to us via email, blah 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 blah. A lot of people are just saying that they're excited to get more Luxie brushes. Some of them are going to try the trial size and think that they're going to enjoy them for travel or maybe toss it in your purse. Let's talk about Winky Lux. When I first got this packaging, I was kind of like, oh, look how cute that is. It's kind of borderline juvenile in my mind. I don't mind it. It's just like with the kitty cats and all the pink on it. The packaging itself is cardboard, which I like that better for traveling and whatnot, but it's a little bit of a juvenile feel to it. But when I opened it, I was so excited because I saw some looks with this before I got my box and I was like, oh, I can't wait to try some of these. Now this has been the only palette I have been using for like a solid week, so I could give you guys a thorough review on this. I even have notes on the back of the palette here because I'm not cool enough to remember everything from every day, but I wanted to keep track for you guys. So I can tell you the first product that I tried out of this box was this top left creamy beige shade, and that shade for me is so buildable. And I actually read or saw this somewhere else in someone else's review where they were like, you could build this up to almost like a peach shade. It was pretty fantastic and I was excited about it. I like putting this in my crease for blending with any look I'm about to create with it because it's such a great base. This also builds up really nicely on top of each other. It does well. Everything on my eyes today is from this palette. Now, I have been doing some wear tests and taking photos throughout the day just to kind of get an idea of how it wears. And this palette for me is kind of fickle, if I'm going to be honest. Because, like, I would go into this shade thinking it's going to be like a burgundy brown shade, and I would like build it and build it and build it. And then you'll see me in the video building it and building it and building it. and then I'll put on some of the gold and I'll be like, oh, shimmer, gorgeous. I'll get my brush wet. Ooh, more shimmer, more gorgeous. And then in my mind, for my skin, it fades. It's still there, and on my check-in pictures, you can still see it, but it's not as pigmented, and it's kind of like the color dulls in a way. It doesn't stay as vibrant as when you initially put it on. So I just kept layering more on. Even this morning when I was putting it on again with these shades, I wanted to see how well it builded and blended together. And I can say I think these blend well together, and they build well on top of each other. It's just the lastability that dulls. I'm going to do a close-up for you so you can see my eyes this afternoon. I can see some patchiness increasing in the crease of my eye that was not there this morning. So when my eyes are open, I have big eyes. You kind of can't see it, but when I close my eyes, I can definitely see some patchiness, and it just doesn't look as well blended now, and it was not like this morning, and it's mostly aimed at the crease, at least from what I can tell. Hard to see your own eyes when they're closed, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I definitely see a line right here, and I definitely see a line there. Also, I will definitely say I have a shit ton of fallout with this palette. Predominantly this shade and this shade, some of this shade too. Just the deeper tones really would just fall and fall and fall. And yesterday I had on some of the gold and some of the, I think this is more of a brown burgundy shade. They're calling this Romeo. I really liked Romeo, and I used this a lot when I was first trying this palette, but dang, do I get all kinds of fallout that kind of starts to just work its way into my regular makeup even after I've powdered, and it aged me. I have a birthday this month. I'm doing that myself. I don't need a palette to do that. So pros and cons about this palette. I like the shade Purr up here for like the corners and sometimes a little under the brow bone. I really like Holographic, which is like a duochrome shade to put in the corner as well. I also put that all over my lid today. And I don't know if it's the lighting that I'm trying and putting it on in. It can appear patchy when I'm applying it though, so I would kind of layer it up or get my brush wet and layer it up. So, but then it wasn't too much because like I said, it dulls itself. Just this formula, I think. I can tell you, after trying this palette for literally a week, I would not pay $25 for this. I know that that's what it's valued at on the card here, but to me, this is not a $25 palette. I also think I'll reach for individual pieces. Like, I really, really like the Holographic shade. Everything else is just kind of like a building shade. Okay, so I'm on Facebook right now looking at the reviews for this, and some people are saying they think their palette was touched. That Veronica said, does anyone else have fingerprints in their shadows? I have two shades that clearly look like they've been swatched, and I'm very disappointed. And somebody else commented further up that they were worried someone had opened their box before she got it because she could tell it was swatched. So be careful of that. I did not notice that, but more than one person has said it, so be careful, ladies. But Bella Barbarella on Instagram says, this palette is gorgeous. I tried on the colors yesterday and zero fallout. Most beautiful colors and texture. Better than my higher end shadows, a must try. She had a much better experience than me. That's good. I mean, maybe it was the Luxie brushes I tried, maybe it was the way I applied them, or maybe it's just my skin. I don't know, but I definitely had fallout, and I definitely don't think that they're the most beautiful colors. I don't think the colors lasted on me. Ooh, some people are saying, like always with palettes, their palette came broken. If it did, don't forget you should take a picture and contact Boxycharm via email. So Grayson on Instagram said, this palette was a serious dark horse. Was not expecting it to be so awesome, but I love it. Well, that's great. Okay, so D Blocky on Instagram said, only the shimmer shades were swatched well because all the matte shades suck and are patchy AF. Yeah, and then Francis below said, agreed, the matte shades are the most impossible to blend. I kind of agree, but I feel like when I was blending in the mornings, it did well. It just became patchy throughout the day. So maybe that's what they're saying. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I can say for me, it blended well in the mornings. It's just by afternoons, I get patchiness. Somebody else on Instagram just said, my palette came already swatched by someone on 2 colors. I wonder if there's a weird press with the colors and somehow it looks like they've been swatched, but they haven't because so many people are saying this. That sounds weird. Like, what? Some people are saying these are very stunning colors, and I was very excited about it as well because I definitely was into the 9 Lives shade for this winter, so I am excited to try this some more, but I'm just gonna have to focus on doing eyes first, cleaning up, and maybe, I don't know, because I used 9 Lives today and that's where the creasing is now coming in when I haven't noticed it this bad before. Have you guys noticed that? Have you tried this yet and seen any creasing or patchiness? Or for you, is it blending beautifully like a dream and looks good all day? Let me know. I'm super interested to hear about it. And you guys know, like I said, I always do quarterly reviews, and you'll hear more about this palette from me in the future. Hey guys, I'm going to zoom you in really quick because I'm going to take back what I just said a minute ago about the holographic shade not coming off on me too much, because it's definitely coming off. I'm going to zoom you in. So I had this shade all the way up here this morning, and you can kind of see little remnants of it, but it is definitely faded off, as well as the darker shades. This side over here has definite creasing on it. Sorry, I can't help but flutter my eyelashes. Because on my eyes today, I am wearing holographic, 9 Lives, Romeo, Cat Eye. Those are the main shades, but I have Strut underneath just to kind of be the base for it. And you can see Strut kind of coming through here with this terrible creasing here. But definitely 9 Lives has creased awfully. So the more I'm investigating with this and the more I'm kind of really getting into it, I'm kind of getting less and less impressed. Alright, let's get into the redheaded stepchild of the box that no one on any social media is liking, and I can tell you I only had it on for the video to try it on for you and took it off before I went to work. It is the lip color! This is Laka & Co. Cloud Lips, $17. Right off the bat, not to be too sassy. Oh, who the hell am I kidding? I'm gonna be sassy. Don't like this, don't like the formula, don't like the applicator, none of it, none of it, none of it. And it is completely corroborated all over social media. No one likes this. Now there's a really dark shade that people were like, is this brown? And then once they swatched it, they realized it was more of like a deep red berry shade. I got a very red, rich shade. Swatching it, it's very, very creamy. It feels like it would be very comfortable to wear. This is the color I got. Kind of gives you the idea of what it would be. I had this on, and this really made me, first of all, look very pale. Like, this definitely drowned out the rest of my makeup look for the day, going with the shadows they gave me. It just really made me look really pale. It didn't look well on my skin tone at all. But also, when I was trying to apply to the Cupid's bow of my lips, and I have pretty decent sized lips, the tip part of this lip applicator at the top is so messy. It goes outside the lines. It bleeds terribly. I didn't like it, and then once I had it on, it kind of started to dry my lips, and it started to feel slightly uncomfortable, but also, if I didn't like the color, I didn't like how it was looking like it was feathering outside of my lip line, and then it was starting to feel uncomfortable. That's like 3 strikes, you're out. But then when I tried to take it off camera, it did stain my lips. Let's see what they're saying online. I only tried this once. The packaging looks pretty, but it feels really cheap. Like, I really like the rose gold look that we've got going here, but when you touch it, it feels very plasticky, it feels very light, it doesn't feel as luxurious as they want it to look. Life with Lizzie said, I loved the entire box except for the lippy, LOL. I ended up giving it to a friend, it ended up looking bomb on her. Well, that's good. Vance_Bruce said, I didn't really like this product myself. A lot of people complaining about the shades. I think there's only 2 shades, a dark one and this red one. Oh, see, Serenity Beauty said, I actually love this lippy and I got the red one. So there you go. Poison Ivy XOX said, I loved everything except for this. They feel so dry putting them on and they look blotchy, and this is just really hard to make look all right. I even tried putting a Kat Von D Everlasting lipstick on the top of it to try to boost the overall look of it, and it just ended up wiping it all off and leaving without any lip color at all. Yeah. I can say when I put this on, tried to take it off, but it had already stained my lips, and then put on my ColourPop Long Lasting lipstick, the liquid lipstick, it didn't last as long as it usually did, and it could have been because of this. I hadn't thought about that before. So the November box that I received, and I'm pretty sure everybody got the same stuff except for the color of lip, it is $120. That's so exciting considering we pay $21 a month for our Boxycharms. Now for me this month, there are some definite throwaways. The lipstick, not a huge fan of. I may try it a few more times, but you guys know I just did a big declutter and I'm not about to accumulate things I don't want to use, so this may get decluttered or given to a friend. Probably given to a friend because I literally tried it once. I'll just wipe off the top. The lip masks. I don't dislike them. Like I said, I'm going to try them again one more time. let it maybe go for 20 minutes after I'm relaxing and not getting ready for my day maybe. But I did not notice any plumping. I didn't notice any like long-term moisturizing, so I do like the brushes. These are not throwaways for me. I'm excited to keep using these and trying these. I just hope these little nuggets don't get lost in all of my other brushes. The setting spray. I'm really interested to see how I'm gonna feel when I do my quarterly Boxycharm review for you guys, to see how I'm liking this or not liking this by the time that video goes up. Because I could see this really being amazing, but I could also see this really becoming like a reason that I may get breakouts because it has that illuminator in it, but well, only time will tell. So far, I enjoy it. The palette for me is such a hit or miss right now because the few days I was first trying it, I was like, oh yeah, I like this. And then there were days that I was just like, where did my color go? Like, these two shades are like a burgundy, brown, red shades. Like, that should be bold, right? And that's the season we're in, that I would be wanting to pull that out. But by the middle of the day, I just looked like I had okay makeup on, but not bam. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you know how I love to do my Boxycharms, now I'm going to be coming to the spoiler portion for next month. December is going to be a great month. I'm so excited. We're getting to the end of the year with Boxycharm. And you guys know I have really big Boxycharm videos coming for the end of the year as well. I usually try to do a couple extras for you. Guys, so here comes your spoilers. So if you don't want to see what they are, bye friend, I'll see you in the next video. If you do want to see, here we go in 3, 2, 1. If you're new to my channel, I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below to see all of the fun, loud, weird, unique videos I put out every week. And I will see you and comment with you in the next video. Bye, friends!